and just make sure that like it's a harmonious thing and that we move as a unit. And that's been such a pleasure. You know, these, I mean, masterful artisans I'm surrounded by. So like, it's great.
Now that you've been on the inside for a period of time learning from these artisans, what has really surprised you about some of the people you've worked with, or has anyone said anything to you or asked you anything that really gave you pause that you didn't expect?
It just continues to be a dream.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, that's probably the most striking thing to me. Like, I never experienced anything like that. It just continues to be a dream. But like, if I don't have a job, but if I had one, it'd be very easy and hard at the same time, which is not to wake up. That's it. All we do is dream.
Mm-hmm.
We dream and make dreams happen, and we make manifested dreams. We bring them to fruition.
You know, it's very interesting for me that you mentioned harmony, this word, so many times, because harmony is actually a very important concept in Chinese culture as well. Like, we care about this, and also love in a general term is also something like China is trying to embrace a lot in our modern culture. But then I think you are aware that in the fashion industry and creative industry, there has been a lot of discussion about a lack of diversity and inclusion at different levels. So I was wondering, like, what do you think is the change that is necessary to happen in order to tackle the current issue, or just make the fashion system become better?
You know, that's a question that really boils down to like equality. Your question.
Morning.
But I think that there's an interesting answer.
Insane. I want to add more X-Force characters in here, but I don't know.
It's having more people of color to have their own businesses, and to have their own brands, and for the consumer base to support them.
Mm-hmm.
And that's how we're really going to diversify in this world. Like, what we can't do as people of color is continue to try to find a seat at a table where we may or may not be welcome.
Sure.
My whole thing is like, there's room under the sun for everyone. Why don't we just build our own tables, right?
So that's what you're
And
doing.
Yo, what up?
And welcome.
Welcome, Aleroart,
And in this role, how do
and
you
drawing
find
some
opportunities
line
to
art inks.
empower people
I'm up
to
here on
build their own table, so to speak?
YouTube,
Well, we do that with Black
and
Ambition,
guys, give a follow.
which the house is very supportive of.
Did you guys get to see that
Run
new
by, like, Felicia Hatcher.
Deadpool trailer?
And
It was
they're,
pretty
like,
cool.
Totally crushing it.
No spoilers
that,
here, but it
that
was
provides,
pretty
like,
cool.
strategic scaffolding and resources to Black and brown concepts. And I think we just
I'm gonna
need
draw
more of that.
Shatterstar.
You know, again,
Off the top,
equality is awesome. You know, our parents.
I'm just trying to
and
put
their
in
parents
more
and their parents, they fought for equality.
X-Force
But I
characters.
think,
We got Cable,
you know, equity is
we got
much
Deadpool, we got
more
Wolverine,
formidable
right?
and powerful.
And
Because when
I got
you have
Shatterstar.
equity,
Maybe
you
I
don't
could
have to
put
ask anyone, can you have a seat?
he was on there for a
Get you a table.
second, but he's like
And you
more
can
of
make
a
as
like
many
later
chairs as you
character.
like.
But I'm trying to
You
figure
know,
out,
your
should I
own
put
cap
him
table.
in right here?
100%. You know, I think it's interesting what you say, because you're right in this moment that Asian voices, the whole Eastern Hemisphere, a lot of generations of work of creative culture, and in China, certainly thousands of years of creative culture, we feel is kind of concentrating in this moment and manifesting in this moment where, you know, we've just had our China Fashion Fund, inaugural fashion
Some line
fund,
art.
which was
I got
announced
brush
recently.
pens, and I
it's
got
the
my
first
blue
time that we really felt the world is
pencil
paying attention to
for
these new Chinese
sketching
creative
out.
voices.
And
And I
again,
know
just
that they're so curious
I'm
to
just
hear
drawing
from
some
you
X-Force
what
right
advice
now.
you have for them as creatives.
Oh, first and foremost, you know, focus
Shatterstar
on your
has like
light.
wild hair kind of deal, but it's in a it's like
None of this
like in a
matters
ponytail on
if
the
you're
back.
not
So
doing something that is really interesting and
add
striking.
that to it.
Focus on that.
I got
And with
Cable
the ubiquitous
watching
nature of the internet, everyone's
Deadpool.
connected, so
Like,
it'll
what are you
get out
doing there? I got Wolverine in there just
There's no such
because.
thing as the greatest kept secret.
All right.
If we just continue to focus on being great,
I appreciate you guys.
If I switch to iPhone,
What would
will it hold up
Deadpool?
over time?
What would you guys want to see
Totally.
Deadpool holding? Would he
iPhone's
be
designed to
holding
be
like a
It's made of high-quality materials and
what
has
is it,
great battery life
chimichanga,
and performance.
or should I have him
Helping
with a
restful good
sword or something?
these women are vicious.
Yeah, let's see. That one, this one right there, this one right there, and it's like his face guard. He has a face guard on his face that prevents him from getting like cut, because he's, Shatterstar. All right.
It's very different than
But
it was 30, 40
yeah, let me
years
see.
ago.
Sure.
You know, everything was like in a vacuum. But now,
I definitely,
like I, said,
I think
because
I'll
of the
give him a
internet, it's
chimichanga,
different. If you're
or I'll
really
give him a
talented,
bag
they
full
will
of
find you.
chimichangas,
Somebody
and
will find you.
they're all
Somebody
looking at
will
him
get behind
except
you. And
Logan.
I
All right,
just,
I got it.
I
I'm
mean,
gonna make
just
it silly.
being over here and just seeing everything that's going on, man, it's really your time.
It's gonna be a
your
messy
time.
bag
Nothing
too.
is
It's one of those
stopping you.
bags full of
Nothing.
oil, so it's
Nothing,
definitely a
nothing
chimichanga.
nothing can dim the light. And by the way, the light
I
that I'm
appreciate you
referring
guys
to
up
is the
here
light of the
on
universe,
this Monday.
Mm-hmm.
right? You know, we know that, you know, there's a day and a night, but the sun does not set. The earth is just spinning,
Mm-hmm.
right? And when you know that, you realize the sun is always shining. So it doesn't matter if it's nighttime. You can't see it. Doesn't mean that the sun is not shining in your direction. So once you know that, you realize you don't need the light or the acceptance from
Sure. Like validation of.
the world at large. Like, just shine and be bright and be magnetic. Be great.
Neat.
That goes back to
All
the
right,
question that you asked me
cheers.
about, like, the young creators here and what they need to hear.
Mm.
Just be magnetic.
Mm-hmm.
But I was wondering, you also said that there are a lot of setbacks that people might experience during the process that they're trying to fight their light or do things that they think is right. So what kind of mindset they should have in order to keep focusing on like fighting their light?
Well, those blockages and those purposeful disadvantages are set up in a system
Let me see.
that you don't really need. You don't need it anymore. We used to.
Mm.
It's like for a very long time, the record industry would make you feel like they were the complete gateway for people to know you.
Sure.
And
What if-
now you have
What if
artists
Deadpool's
making
order
music
didn't
that
come
are
out right,
signed to a
and
label.
he's just
And
everybody
making
else
so
is
much
ready to
money.
fight, but his
It's
order isn't
beautiful.
right. So
You know,
he probably
I don't
didn't get
wanna
enough
measure it, but
hot
it's like,
sauce,
it's
or he
more
probably
like
didn't get enough
billionaires under 30,
medium
like,
sauce
there's
with
billionaires
his
under
order.
30. But we're not going to measure it that way. What we're going to say is there is an incredible population of Gen Zers and like even millennials who are like just writing their own checks.
Mm.
You know, they're carving their own paths. They're, you know, blazing their own trails, and it's a really beautiful karmic thing to watch. It's like kismet to me.
That makes sense. I mean, do you feel that social media as an ecosystem has a negative or positive or indifferent impact on luxury as a category now that you're running this shit?
Got any
I think
Deadpool fans out there? Some
Good, bad,
X-Force
and-
fans?
Good, bad, and indifferent.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure.
In what sense?
I mean, it's good in certain ways, is not so good in other ways, and then there's a part of it where it just kind of
Yeah.
like doesn't matter.
Right.
Yeah,
What up?
but I think that like there's a lot of artists that are born in social media, and I think there's a lot of fashion designers that are born in social media, and they sort of design for the gram,
Mm-hmm.
you know, and they're artists that make music for the gram.
Mm-hmm.
It's like a very different thing, but it's fine.
I gotta put my.
I'm
I gotta
not-
represent
I'm not
Alley
a
Cat.
fashion
This is
designer.
my guy, Alley Cat.
Sure. Okay. How would
He's a
you
hooligan for hire,
classify
and he
yourself
shows
as a
up
fashion
everywhere.
designer?
Oh,
So
creative
I'm gonna put him
director.
on the
Yeah.
bag.
And when I first came to the house and I sat down with
You guys know
Bernard
Alley
Arnault,
Cat, right?
the first thing I did
Little
was
dude.
lay down like the 5 different pillars of what I saw the house doing with my leadership.
Ah, he's sitting there.
And then we talked about like core
I like sandwiches.
core
That's what he says.
elements and codes.
I'm gonna draw him in the picture eating
and essentially level up from where they were.
Mm-hmm.
a
We agreed
chimichanga.
on all of it, and everything
put his
that you
name
guys
up
are
there.
saying are all the things that I've presented.
It's just Alley
Try
Cat.
Old Spice Total Body with 24/7
Let's
freshness
see,
from
1,
pits
2,
to
3,
toes.
4, 5. Yes,
And
Alley
this
Cat.
Hawaiian or island vacation that you brought to Hong Kong, how does that vehicle kind of empower the creatives in your community or the consumer?
Well, it's a pre-collection, right?
Mhm.
And usually there's no shows around pre-collections. There's not a lot of shows around pre-collections.
Sure.
He loves food just like
And
me,
I wanted
and he's
to
always eating. Just like me.
wanted to make it so that our
He's eating
pre-collections felt like
a
main shows.
chimichanga.
Okay.
You know, like I wanted it to feel like, because
Yes.
I mean, at least for us, usually pre
I like drawing
like,
little
yo,
details in
a lot of
pictures,
like,
and that's one of the things I want to add in there is the detail
little
of
bit of
that.
cream,
Wolverine is
some
still
tan,
pissed,
and it's very,
but I haven't
like,
figured out why. Maybe his order didn't come through.
middle-aged, like professional guy on the go, you know, like a character on Succession or something.
Sexy.
And I was like, you know, let's level it up.
Mhm.
Let's make this pre-collection feel like it's one of the main shows.
Mhm.
We obviously incorporated all the codes, but I wanted to shake the tree a bit, you know, because I think that comes, because it's also like, it's where they do a big bulk of the business, because it's so like middle of the road and centrist. But I
Sure.
still wanted to shake it up a bit so that we are leveling, you know, the consumer up and the client up, like not just a couple steps, you know, like, oh, we're going to step it up. No. We wanted to floor it up. I wanted to take them up several floors. So there's a lot of incorporation of a lot of pearls. There's a lot of embroidery. This jacket is like, you know,
I was looking at your
yeah,
jacket.
this jacket is going to be, this is made to order.
Mhm.
But this was like to commemorate my trip here in
Mhm.
China. So it's talks.
Oh, great. Oh, okay.
I
Yeah.
thought it's one of the pieces for the upcoming Chinese New Year collection. So it's like
Well, we just knew that like
yeah,
it's gonna
next
be
year
it's
is
gonna
the
be
dragon.
the year of the dragon.
Yeah.
So we started there. I
Yeah.
wanted my Asian siblings to know, like, listen, I appreciate everything that you've sown into me, and that, you know, just supported me on every platform I've ever existed on, and this was a new platform for me, and that I intend to share it.
And maybe one last question on menswear. So, I mean, you have been heading up this menswear department for WeChat for a while. How do you perceive the menswear category in 2023, and how do you see it evolved going forward?
For me, I know on paper it's menswear, but I just make clothes for humans.
Hmm.
I learned that, you know, being over at Chanel, I used to wear things that I felt like I could pull off. Not because they were less effeminate, but if I thought I could wear it, then I would wear, you know, a sweater here, or
Mhm.
belt there, or whatever. And I would just wear Celine when Phoebe was there. Like, I wore a lot of that. I was super early on that. But I think that's my job, right? That's my responsibility, to bring that energy to this menswear appointment,
Cool.
is to make clothes for humans.
Mhm.
I don't know. Sometimes, like, culture lets you know what it wants to be.
Hmm.
And I know why we have been welcoming, not accepting. There's
Sure.
a very big difference between
Facts.
welcoming and accepting, right? Some people are accepting,
Mhm.
but we've been very welcoming to humans. I think they just always want me to be respectful and not step on the toes of, like, you know, the women's department. Be respectful of our siblings there.
Sure.
But I pride myself on just like making things for humans.
And to wrap up, what excites you about the future?
God. Yeah. There's nothing more exciting than that.
That's
I
a great
mean-
answer.
But right, that was the universe. Like, where are we without it? Like, it's not even possible. But the idea that the universe continues to provide me with these opportunities that I can't put into words, just like dreams, right?
Mhm.
A lot of times there are dreams that you've had that you just can't put into words.
Yeah, I never planned for. The detour becomes the main road.
Yes.
Hey everyone, Harley here, and I'm really excited about this next interview. We're just really fortunate to have you here today, so thanks for joining us, Pharrell.
Well, thank you. Thank you. Thanks for having me.
I think that most people who own their own business, they don't always self-identify as an entrepreneur. You know, talk to any, my parents are immigrants, and talk to them and ask my dad about entrepreneurship. I'll say, I'm not an entrepreneur, I just put food on the table. But for me, entrepreneurship is this incredible, it levels the playing field and it allows people to really, you know, find their life's work. And I'm curious about the first moment that you felt entrepreneurial.
Well, I don't know that I've always felt entrepreneurial. I think that word entrepreneur has always intimidated me. Me and Jay-Z made a song about it. That word's always intimidated me like it does most other people. Like you say, when you reference your father, you know, he said he's not an entrepreneur. He said he just puts food on the table because it was something that he felt like he either A, could do or that he needed to do, and that it was going to be a means to an end for him. And I think I relate to that a lot in the sense that, like, you know, there's either something that I felt compelled to do or something that I felt like, you know, I would enjoy doing that would, you know, get me a result that I wanted.
Cool.
And especially if I felt
All
like
right.
it didn't exist.
Thank you guys all for that came on to the live for today. I'm gonna get going. I have an art class to attend to. I run an art class. So in the meantime, I appreciate you guys. Thank you. Follow, give a subscribe, and give a thumbs up. All right. Peace out. You guys are awesome. All right.
High school.
Where we at? Where we at? Where we at?
Nobody would hire me, so I started my own little DJ business. But no one really, they want to hear the highlight.
Yes.